Hello there, gaming fans, as well as my amazing YouTube subscribers, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. In this video, we're actually checking out the brand new Utah DLC, which let me go ahead and show you the world map here. So you have Salt Lake City, Ogden, Logan. You have a little bit out east. You have Vernal. I don't know how to say that. Vernal. I think it's Vernal. Price, Moab down here. Salina, Cedar City, and St. George. So not a huge amount of cities in comparison to some of the other bigger states, but we're going to get a pretty good view today going from Salt Lake City through Salina, through Cedar City, and down into St. George. It's still in St. George, even though this looks like it is actually going to be like on the line itself. But yeah, it did come out today, which is the 7th of November. 2019, and let's go ahead and jump in here. Few things, as you guys have noticed, I do have this is brand new. I'm going to be doing a different video a little bit later showcasing all the buttons and what they do and all these things. So you'll see me like clicking around and pushing things around. I also got a new shifter, which I'll be showcasing as well. This one, instead of ordering one that was made, this one's actually 3D printed, and so I ordered it, and I will leave down in the comments where you can pick these things up at. Very, very nice to have. Let's go ahead and make sure my microphone's not in the way of my views here. I think it still is. Okay, there we go. Much better. Hopefully you guys can still hear me pretty well. Let's go ahead and start it up. Go ahead and grab my key here. Go ahead and flip it on. Nice. For some reason it seemed like the audio was kind of lower than it usually is. So let's go ahead and jump out here and get started. So I think my parking brake is on. I'm going to shut that off. So, oh, I already shut it off. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and turn my flashers on while I'm rolling around in here. Oh, let's go ahead and look on the outside. I'm carrying this double down there. So, and it's also just a quick job. This is not a truck that I own. I kind of wish it was because it looks really cool on the inside. But let's go ahead and jump out here on the road and see if we can get started. Also driving with my shoes on, which feels really weird. And I'm not sure how to take it yet. All right, best way to go is probably out here to the right. I think. We're about to find out here shortly. I do hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. I'm really excited about this DLC. Kind of disappointed to see so few cities for the entire state, but it's something not much we can do about it, unfortunately. All right, looks like we're clear that way. Go ahead and cut it wide since we got a double going on. Try not to smack my microphone too many more times. All right, so getting out of here, we're gonna go ahead and shut off the flashers. And go ahead and slow down. Yeah, I might take my shoes off. This is ridiculous. All right, so we are now on the road. And we are heading down towards Cedar City. As I mentioned, I'm kind of sad that there aren't more cities involved in this DLC. But, maybe they'll add some later on. I don't know. It's a little weird that they only had like 6 or 7. I didn't really count them, but... also, so I am not a truck driver, guys, so I apologize if I am not shifting and doing all the things that you guys would expect from a professional truck driver. I do work from home. I don't have the wherewithal to drive an 18-wheeler on a normal basis. So if I'm doing something wrong, feel free to let me know. I'm more than happy to try to improve my skill sets. But I can't guarantee I'm going to know everything off the bat. I'm actually not going to start off in first gear because there's no real reason. This trailer load is not heavy enough to have to deal with that. And I'm going to go ahead and roll through that stop sign too, because why not? Oh, yeah. So make sure you guys leave down in the comments below. I'm going to try to do some some sightseeing, just kind of looking around at different buildings that are very specific to the Utah region. I was actually in Utah about 3 months ago, so kind of cool to see the same kind of stuff. Obviously, it's a little different, right? They can't add all the buildings and stuff that they have in the actual state, but it is good to know that they at least put in some effort into seeing some of the same things. I also took out a lot of the mods. I'm hoping that the game does not crash. That's the hope anyway. And I just realized I did not use my blinker. But I didn't get ticketed, so it is what it is. I will take it regardless. So yeah, so it's been a while. So this game was about like $12 in the US. Nothing, outside of the norm. I mean, this whole game at the end of this, by the time they finish all the states, is going to be like a $500 game. But I don't mind spending it as long as, it's not all at once. I would never spend $500 on a game if they release it all at once. But even at $11.99 or $12 a game for new states, it's kind of pushing it, especially when this one has so few cities inside the states. That looks pretty cool over there, though. And one thing about Utah is they are very, very keen on their I don't know how to put, like, the parks and the beautifulness of the state itself. They spend a lot of money on recreational areas and making sure there are a lot of trees everywhere and a lot of stuff in general. So it's good to see that they kind of incorporated that into here, because I'm seeing a lot of trees, different colored trees, and the 2-story houses you'll see a lot of in Utah as well. The majority of the houses are the bigger houses with bigger basements and things like that. Like where I live, they don't really have basements. But yeah, so like right there, you'll see a lot of little parks and stuff, and I'm hoping to be able to see a lot of that stuff in this DLC throughout it, because it is a big part of Salt Lake, the Salt Lake area, as well as everywhere in Utah. They really care about the beautification. I think that's right. Oh my. Let's go ahead and use my blinker this time. Well, it's not. Don't know what it is. I think this might be a mod. It doesn't look like the normal. Oh wow, look at this. This is something that they like to do too, which is really weird. Like a lot of the places you'll see things like that where just wild little roundabouts with like 8 different exit points. But in Salt Lake, which is one of the company I work for, we have a center in Salt Lake, which is where I was. And you'll see, just like this, you'll see a lot of those buildings like that, because it's like the call center capital of the world, but more so for just the U.S. Call center capital for the U.S. It's unbelievable. So many call centers there, and including my company has one there as well. Look at that big rock quarry right here. Utah County. It's the law. Let's go ahead and move over. I do love this thing. I love this whole setup. This right here, yeah, I like it a lot, and I had been eyeballing multiple for a really long time, the shifter, but I wasn't about to spend $150 on just a shifter that has basically 2 inputs. You have the splitter and stuff on the front, and then the switch here, and I'm not about to spend $150 on it. So, but I found this one for like $69 including shipping, and it came from Canada. It's 3D printed, does all the same things I would expect it to do as any other normal shifter, but I got it for half the price. So again, I will put there the link to get that if you guys are interested in that and not spending $150 on a shifter. I'll put that in the comments down below. So we are actually in Provo right now, it looks like. If I'm not mistaken. I think we just passed it. So maybe we'll get to get a load down there. Spanish Fork price. It's so cool to see these places, because I actually drove all the way through, because I was down in Vegas, and I drove from Vegas to St. George, and from St. George all the way up to Salt Lake City, and spent a couple of days there. Look at the mountains. Look at the mountains. The snow-top mountains. I gotta talk like they do out there. Mountains. So this is price. I don't remember price being on the thing. Maybe they just don't. I don't know. I don't remember it being on the list, but it could be. I don't know. I have a feeling I'm going to be able to visit all of the cities. I mean, most of them are on this one road here. Las Vegas, I-15 South. And there are a lot of like, especially like outside of the big cities like Salt Lake and all of the metro area around Salt Lake. You'll see a lot of like farmland and things like that that I'm sure we'll be seeing through here. It's actually a very, very beautiful state. I'm not seeing as many mountains as I would have expected to see. We're getting into the more desert type of area here. Up in Salt Lake, it's not as big of a desert as it is like down south towards the St. George area. St. George is more like Arizona looking. But up here up north, there's a lot of mountains. And to be honest, I only saw that one group of mountains. Maybe I wasn't looking around enough. But I didn't see a whole lot of mountains up there, which is kind of disappointing. Kind of disappointing. I don't know what city this is. I don't think it's not one we can stop by or stop in by. A couple little truck areas over there. All right, so I had to make an adjustment on the quality. So hopefully that'll straighten that out. Just a little worried. I wanted to go back up to 1440. I was recording videos earlier, and I needed to use a lower quality. I had to go down to a 1080, and I wanted to make sure I go back up to a 1440. Appreciate you guys holding off on that, but I needed to go ahead and take care of that real quick. Just because you want to be able to see the beauty that I'm seeing it in. I mean, overall, they did a great job. Like I said, a couple of things. I wish they would have included more mountains. They did not include mountains, as many mountains as I would have liked to have seen. I'm hoping to go a little more north next time and hopefully be able to see more mountains, maybe a little more north. But Salt Lake is technically in a giant bowl and just surrounded by mountains. So, you know, that's what they call it, the Salt Lake Valley. So maybe that's what they'll add in there. I don't know yet. All right, so here's a Utah DLC. Make sure to include down in the comments below what you guys think, just by looking at it and glancing at it. See if you guys like it, see if you don't like it, what you guys wish was a little different, or what you guys really like about it. Like I said, I took out a lot of the mods and stuff because, you know, just for compatibility issues with the new DLC coming out. They always, you know, cause issues, so let's hope that we don't have that this time. So far we have not, so I'm not that worried about it. I wish somebody would go in and fix like the 18-wheelers with the different brands and stuff like that they used to have. Unfortunately, we don't have that stuff anymore. Makes me really, really sad. See what we're at. 2 hours left. 2.5 hours left. 150 miles, should be there by 7:23. I actually need to pick it up a notch, because one thing I did like about the drive is it's actually a oh man, 12 gears. It is an 80 mile per hour zone, almost the entire way down I-15, 80 miles an hour. So I was cruising going 85. Oh man, it was nice. Here we just did, you know, 70 where I live. So it was nice to be in an 80 mile an hour zone. I guess this is a, I thought it was a 13 speed, but I don't see a 13th gear. I don't know if I'm just doing something wrong or not, but might adjust my key bindings or something. I don't know. But then again, this is a quick job truck, so there's no telling. No telling at all. They did add the Tobii eye support, luckily, into the game, which is so funny because it was, you know, another company like took the old one and started building a brand new one that would work. They got it fixed, and then the next update, American Truck Sim was like, "Fine, we'll go ahead and add it into the game." Poor people, they paid for like the thing to get it to work and everything. It's so sad. But that being said, I actually prefer the one in the actual Tobii one that the other company made. as opposed to the most recent one that was released by the American Truck Simulator. I have to go in. I got to make a lot of adjustments to make it work just right, and I have not found it yet. But the Tobii eye tracker, I just launched the Game Hub, and it works perfectly fine without any adjustments needing to be made. So that's what I'm using right now. I'm not using the one that came in the game. I'm almost positive this is a modded truck because I'm looking at the PSI down there, and it looks like it's at a 0, but then it looks like it has an additional needle there showing a higher PSI, so I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm pretty sure this is a modded DLC, a modded vehicle. Truck. All right, so Denver, Salina, Cedar City, Las Vegas. I do like that the states are starting to get collected, like to be able to, like, joining together. That's the nice part, being able to see. Oh boy, I'm coming over. But being able to go from one state into the next without having to really struggle to get there. It's really, really nice. Really, really nice. But yeah, this is it's interesting because now we go from the desert area back into some wooded areas. Which again is just like Salt Lake, or the Utah state. A lot of construction going on, always on the highways and interstates, in and out, it up through I-15. It's always under construction. Every time I've been there, there's always been construction. It looks like there's a big one back there, a little bit of ways. Now, I believe I should have plenty of gas since this was a quick job. Cedar City, coming into Cedar City now. North Main, half a mile. Man, for a Prius, that sucker's loud. Look at that. Festival City, USA, Utah. That's really cool. Really, really cool. Not too shabby, yeah, because they like, especially like the overpasses right there. That's a big thing. They like to decorate their overpasses. Loves. Huh. 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 I guess all the gas stations, all of those mods are still working. Those skins, so you don't have to remove those, which is nice. Very nice. Dan Angle, relieve. It looks like the I think the advertisements is working as well. That particular mod. I guess this is Cedar City. It's got Cedar City way out here. I'm assuming this entire thing is supposed to be Cedar City, but you go through Maine up there and then South Maine right here into Cedar City. And Cedar City is a relatively decent sized place as well. If I'm not mistaken, I think that Lighthouse is a part of it in real life as well. I can't remember. Like I said, I only drove through like twice this time through, so I can't remember completely. Whoa, man, I am all over the road today. All over the road. But the unfortunate, like I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, man, I've been through almost all of the cities already in one drive. They have those 2 cities out there to the east. And that's kind of unfortunate. Oh, man, but they did make some adjustments here recently to like the, I think it was to the sun rays or something. They added in, made some visual adjustments, which is really nice. I'll take visual adjustments any day. Visual adjustments make the game, in my opinion. You know, just having the plain Jane garbage just doesn't cut it for me. I'm interested, the road from Cedar City, not Cedar City, rather. Hurricane. I have some family in Hurricane. Yeah, my blinkers are not working at all. So I was going to say something and I don't remember what it was. I guess you can come into Hurricane, but I don't remember seeing Hurricane on the list. I wonder if they just didn't include all of them. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it is. I don't remember. And it's so cool because you actually, over here to the left, like up here on this little ridge up here, that's real life. Like you actually see that stuff coming through Hurricane. So neat. Dixie State University. So we've got to be getting into St. George. Yep, here we go. Here's St. George. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, what I was gonna say is I'm interested to see where the road from St. George to Vegas is, because it's like a 2-hour drive, and it's a really, really nice drive. You have to go through like all the mountains and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see that road. Looks like one of the LDS temples over there on the right. St. George Temple. Definitely not this close to the interstate, if I remember correctly, but I mean, it could be a new one. I don't know. All right, so St. George. So I should be taking, I think, an exit here coming up really soon. U.S. Polo Association. Wow. That is a big billboard. No way you can miss that sucker. Brigham Road. Yep. Working on it, lady. They need to change her voice. It's fine, you've arrived. She makes some weird noises at times. Golly, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different exit points. So I'm going to be going all the way around, so I need to stay in this lane here. The 5th exit. All right, so let's go ahead and probably need to downshift a little more. There we go. Try to cut it a little bit wide so I don't run up on the curb here, but I'm doing it anyway because I'm cool like that. And we're literally going all the way around here. Oh, all up on the curb. All right, so it's on the right-hand side, so I need to actually get over. Got another first exit. Oh, just going straight. There's only one exit. That's a no entry. Nice. Making my way downtown. Not too shabby at all. What's going on up here? We have a fire truck. Oh, it's a car accident. I'm coming. Got a whole Utah State Trooper there. Love the vehicles. They got that one little looks like a beehive. All right, so I'm going to be taking a right up here. Oh, not taking a right up here. It's a dang good thing I didn't start moving. I for sure was. For sure was. So here we go. Here we are in St. George. This is the very lowest part of the Utah. Literally, we went from one side of Utah to the other. Very, very small DLC. Very, very small. And it's unfortunate that it's the same price as all the others. Hidden Valley Drive. So we're taking a right up here instead. There we go. All right, taking a right up here. Wow, 2 red Chargers in a row. Followed by a gray one. Let this Mustang go through. I should have cut that sucker a little more wide. Ah, I'm good anyway. And then up here, I'm going to be taking a left. This is a pretty big city, though. They did make St. George a relatively large city, which is nice. Because even if the cities are a little bit further apart, you know, I don't know. I still don't know if it's worth the $12 for the few cities that we get. I mean, I think I could probably visit all of the cities in a couple of minutes. Yeah, maybe an hour or two of playing game time. I'll be able to visit all of the cities. Oh, aren't you sweet? Aren't y'all sweet? Thank you, thank you. All right, so we're just going straight ahead. Straight ahead. Let's slow it down up here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, such a weird tone about her. All right. Gotta move up slowly, 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 slowly. Oh, already passed it. And right there. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna pull the brake. Go ahead and turn my engines off, and then I'm going to drop the axle. Oh wait, I think this is a not the axle. Good grief, that's why. The trailer. I was like, wait a minute, this is a quick job. Excellent. Money, proficiency bonus, long distance delivery, maneuver bonus. Got a bunch of little extra points there. $9,000. Not too shabby for a payday. Let's go ahead and check out the map. What mail did I get? New special. Oh, got the so Provo and Vernal now have the new special transports, which is really nice. They went ahead and added it. Of course, there's only 2 there, which is kind of, I don't know, man. Let's go ahead and look at, yeah, so you have St. George. Page is part of Arizona. So you have Salina, Moab, Price, and Vernal, Ogden, and Logan. I guess it's not too bad. It's about the same as Nevada here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 only. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, I guess it's the same. 10 states, 10 cities per state. I guess, you know, when you look at the Washington DLC, you have so many, at least what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, at least. So I'm kind of disappointed in the number of cities. I would have liked to have seen more. I am interested to see what the St. George to Las Vegas route looks like, because I drove on that a few times this trip, getting back to Las Vegas and leaving Las Vegas. So a lot of fun, but I'm interested to see what that road is like. Yeah, so guys, that's it. That's the DLC. Do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like down below. It lets me know that you guys want to see more of Utah, as well as you know, just, you know, my content in general. If you guys happen to like these, make sure to leave the comments down below as well. If you want to see more video cameras, cams of these. Other than that, guys, again, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video.